on the number of political parties in the country with profound respect is rather dangerous. When you talk of a little to the left and a little to the right, what of the left? What of the right? Now, if you want to know, if you want to study the proliferation of political parties in Nigeria, it was a deliberate policy by the PDP government of Obasanjo and now being continued by the APC to have so many political parties by lowering the standards and not really providing serious conditionalities. What they then do, like APC and the Atiku people are doing now, is to rent and pay some of these political parties that exist among members of families to now endorse them. I'm sure you are witnessing endorsement of some so-called major political parties in Nigeria. I thought what should be discussing really is how to ensure that every political party in Nigeria comply with Section 224 of the Constitution that provides that the aims and objectives and manifestos of every political party in Nigeria shall reflect and conform with Chapter 2 of the Constitution. And I'm sure you are aware that Chapter 2 is the most important part of that Constitution. And contrary to the judgments of our courts, that chapter is not justiciable. Every politician, every governor, every president shall swear to an oath where he or she will say, I hereby undertake to preserve Chapter 2 of the Constitution. So please, I thought we should be edifying this debate instead of calling for a fascist state where you have a PDP or an APC government throwing the rule of law to the dustbin and giving the impression that they control INEC. If you want to talk of independence of INEC, please go and read the Wells and the Lemon reports. Both presidential panel recommended that the chair and members of the INEC, their appointment should be done by advertisement. Lay down conditions. All those who meet the requirements will go to NJC for recommendation to the president. None of the big political parties that have been in power wants INEC to be independent. Don't let's kid about it. The other ones are on, yes, annual political briefs. Again, I think we must warn lawyers here. We're already in trouble. Yes, sir. It is not the money of candidates. Candidates, no candidate, and I've handled a few. I have never met a candidate who can dip his hand to his own pocket, Mr. Legerson, and pay you 200 or 500 million from his pocket. The money is from state fund. And that is why some of us are going to be in trouble. The courts have decided that election petitions, the litigants are private people, not the government. So if I handle a case for Edo State, as you said, if Adams had dipped his hand to the state coffers, you know I won't take it. And the late Ganu will never allow you to take such money. So what are we learning here? So our lawyers who are taking hundreds and billions are warned that you may be in trouble if the funds are traced to the accounts of state government. The other ones are frivolous appeals. Frivolous appeals. It is again not correct to say that only litigants or politicians are the ones causing election petitions. No, with profound respect. There are lawyers now, senior lawyers, who send people to those who have lost election. We are going to handle your election petition for you. Please. And that is why the Supreme Court now, very good. The Supreme Court now penalizes senior lawyers who bring up frivolous appeals. Because when you lose a case, your client will ask you, what do we do now? Without reading the judgment, you say we are going on appeal. And of course, lawyers don't lose cases, as Professor Everybody will say. It's the clients that lose. You say, how much do I pay? The most dangerous part, we must disclose this here. There are some lawyers who are mercenaries. They never sit down with you to write briefs. They only appear in courts for purpose of reaching out to the judges. It's happening. The other one, which you must know about this business of election petitions. Most litigants who have lost do not want to waste their money any longer. Lawyers will assure them we are bound to win